All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. So again, I am with the USC Leonard Davis School of Gerontology, and today's topic of our Gero Connect webinar series is global nutrition and longevity. So today we're going to touch on different questions with regards to global health, as well what we eat, where we live, and how we age are all deeply connected. So today we'll explore some of those links with a few of our special guests that I can't wait to introduce you to. But to begin, I'd like to first introduce our school. So, as I was saying, we are the USC Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. So we are a global pioneer in aging. What that means is that we study gerontology, which is the study of the aging process across the lifespan. Basically, we study everything from the beginning of life to end of life and everything in between. The way that we offer that education is through four different core models: biology, psychology, sociology, and public policy. Our campus is located in downtown Los Angeles, but our students do come from all over the world. We create a culture of diversity within our courses as well as with our student population. So if you're unable to attend our campus here in Los Angeles, some of our master's programs are also available fully online for your convenience. So, as I was saying, I'm joined today by three of our panelists: Dr. Carrie Kreitzer, Adam Hughes, who is one of our current students, as well as Kayla Boggs, who is one of our wonderful alumni. So I'd like to begin with Dr. Carrie Kreitzer. She is an instructional professor here at the school in clinical gerontology as well as pediatrics. She is the director of our Master of Science in Nutrition, Healthspan, and Longevity program, as well as is the president-elect of the California Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Her expertise focuses on nutrition and diets, as well as nutrigenomics and wellness. Please welcome Dr. Carrie Kreitzer. Carrie, if you can unmute yourself. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I was just saying thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to talk about not so much the programs we have that will be covered later by Jasmine, but I would like to talk about some different careers in the field of nutrition and dietetics. And I wanted to start by first talking about what is an RD. Um, our program, the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Healthspan, and Longevity, allows graduates to sit for the exam to become a registered dietitian nutritionist. And the program we offer is a 2-year program. A lot of different positions that RDs can work in, including in hospitals, schools, public health, the food industry, fitness, private practice, etc. Research. Next slide. And I'll give you a few more examples of different possible jobs. The National Association, oh, if you can go back. Our national associations is the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And if you're interested in more information about registered dietitians, you can go to eatright.org and there's information there. Our program first was accredited in 2018. We're going through the review process for re-accreditation, which we're required to do every 5 to 6 years. Next slide. So some of the different careers that we see in graduates of our program, we had our 9th class just graduate, or our 10th class just graduate. And we've had over 100 individuals that have graduated from our program. Not all dietitians are working in hospitals, but some do. Different jobs in a hospital setting, also jobs as an outpatient dietitian working in kidney area, GI, bariatrics, etc. Next slide. Other careers, we have graduates of our program that have worked in eating disorders area, as well as sports nutrition, and also in the corporate wellness, and the different organizations are listed there. Next slide. Continuing on, some of the non-healthcare food service related, Medi-Cal in California, which is Medicaid, is now providing food for individuals with chronic diseases. Some of our graduates are working with meal delivery companies and planning special diets. School nutrition is another area, or university work. A lot of different positions in public health, including Head Start, WIC, or other nonprofit organizations. Next slide. Continuing on, and again, I'll let you read through this. I think the field of nutrition and dietetics, it's pretty broad, and there's a lot of different areas that one can go into. People used to think it was just working in a hospital, but no more. We have a lot of our grads that are pretty specialized. Next slide. So the other career area that I wanted to highlight, and this falls under a couple of our other degree programs. Actually, anybody going through 3 of our 4 degree programs and potentially the MSNS program would be qualified to sit for the Certified Dietary Manager exam and become a CDM. And we have had graduates of our program take and pass the CDM exam. And those working in this field, the CDM defines the 5 areas that are listed below in this slide. Next slide. And jobs working as a CDM. If you want more information about CDMs, the resources are listed there. And you can see for our MA and our MS, the courses we offer would qualify you to be able to sit for the CDM exam. Next slide. And CDM, this is just the eligibility. And again, if you go to the CDM site, you can look at this information. Next slide. Some of the different career opportunities as a certified dietary manager. We started this program in the Leonard Davis School because many of the senior communities in California especially are only wanting to hire CDMs to run their nutrition and food and dietetics department. And it was a nice fit for the Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. Dietary manager, director of culinary services, a hospitality director at a university or college, potentially a restaurant owner. Next slide. Some of the different sites that one could work with the CDM credential. Again, at a university, within a school district. Really the difference between a CDM and an RD, a CDM is not qualified to plan a diet for somebody that has kidney disease and needs to be on a protein restriction. A CDM can implement that diet, but can't be the one to actually plan that diet. The CDM is working with patients, is collecting some information about nutrition from patients, and is qualified to do nutrition education with patients. So there's a distinction between the RD and the CDM. Next slide. These are some of the different companies that hire CDMs, more so in the Los Angeles area. Next slide. And some of the different sample job duties that you would see for an individual working as a CDM, certainly menu planning, managing employees, providing education, training staff, planning for events, etc. Next slide. The last area that I wanted to mention, any of the graduates from our program that either on their own do additional training or through a class that we offered this summer, Dr. Vichinanza taught, and I believe it's Gero 479, I want to say, but it's health coaching across the lifespan. And we use the curriculum through the American Council on Exercise, and one that goes through and takes that exam can become a certified health coach, which is another area of practice that seems to be emerging. Next slide. Oh, so I'm finishing my part. If you want to go back a slide, and then I'll let Adam go next. Please reach out to me if I can answer any questions about your areas of interest or what program might be a good fit for you. I recognize that my presentation was brief, but I'm available and happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Kreitzer. And I'm sure some students will definitely have some questions for you following the presentation during our Q&A session, but thank you so much for explaining the differences between an RD and a CDM. As we just mentioned a moment ago, now let's hear from Adam Hughes. Adam is currently studying with us in our Master of Science in Nutritional Science program, so please join me in welcoming Adam.
Thank you so much, Jasmine and Dr. Kreitzer. Thank you for all that context. I think if you go on to the next slide, I'll do my best to give you guys a little bit of my background and some context. So I'm coming to this program after 20 years from finishing my MBA and in the workforce. So, as you saw from the slides that Dr. Kreitzer presented, whether you know you want to be an RDN or you just want to get into nutrition or just learn more about it, there's a vast array of items that you could come here and learn. So, when you look at this first slide I put on here, you have something as simple as carbs, protein, and fats, and then you have Genoa, Italy. So I put that in there because, studying abroad is a big part of the program that we have over here and meeting people and the collaboration amongst other students. It's a huge part of what USC's Leonard Davis School of Gerontology has to offer. And I just want to express that from the get-go. Next slide, please. So, a little bit more about my program experience. I'm going to be finishing the nutritional program at the end of this fall, so in December, with the hopes of continuing on into a doctorate program in longevity. So, just some highlights over the last couple of years. So, needless to say, you saw from Dr. Kreitzer's presentation talking a little bit about the different programs that we have, and I can't stress enough. She mentioned Dr. Vichananza, and there's other doctors and Dr. Kreitzer that are so involved in every class, and they care so deeply about your progress within every class. And I can't say enough amazing things about everything that I've learned, not just about carbs, proteins, and fats, but about chronic disease and longevity and aging. In this field, it changes every week. There's new research that's coming in every week, and you have access to sit down and collaborate with these bright minds that are in the forefront of this amazing change. So, in addition to that, we talked about nutrition programs, and whether you want to be an RDN or you don't, you have the ability to not only read in books what a nutrition program looks like, but actually real world application. I put a picture here from a research study that we just finished where we got to actively work with Dr. Kreitzer on menus for our intervention. So just things like that that I didn't ever dream that I have the ability to do that they have here. So it's amazing. Next slide, please. And I can't highlight enough. I mentioned the travel abroad program, and whether you do travel abroad or you do want to stay here on campus, the connection that you have in person as well as online, I can't tell you. It's really been amazing, and you could take it as far as you want. So not only from the instructors that are here, from your classmates, from the admissions staff, everyone is great, and they're here to see you succeed. So whether it's just basic nutrition for yourself, for your family, for your job, they handle everything with professionalism. And I put the last little bulletin here to think like a scientist because one of my avenues of coming over here is I wanted to learn more about research. And never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be working with Dr. Kreitzer in this capacity, working with other scientists, working on a capstone project that really ties everything that you learn together into this summation project. And just going through, it's been amazing. And not only I talk about older adults here, but we also have the ability and get to work in certain platforms with children, with teenagers, different adolescents. So there's so many different programs. There's so much that you could learn. So I think my information will be on here, but just like Dr. Kreitzer mentioned, I am here 24/7. If you have any questions, if you'd like to pick my brain, if you'd like any other intel, I'm here for you as a support. And I'm hoping that you guys choose the program and I get to see you here next year.
Wonderful, Adam. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. I'm also so glad you touched on how nutrition can affect people across the lifespan, whether it's younger adults or older adults. So thank you so much for sharing that and for joining us. I'm sure there will be tons of questions for you later on as well.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so next I would like to welcome one of our alumni from our Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program. So welcome, Kayla. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me,
Wonderful.
everyone. So I graduated from the Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program actually this May. And I passed the dietitian exam last month, so I'm officially a registered dietitian. And I just wanted to share a little bit about how my experience has been the last couple of years at USC and hopefully give you an idea of what your experience could be like if you do choose this program specifically or any other program within the School of Gerontology. So that first picture is actually Dr. Kreitzer and I at commencement, which is such a special moment. But so these are my top five takeaways that I've had from my last 2 years at USC. And firstly, it's the people. I can't second what Adam was saying enough. They're just some of the most extraordinary, brilliant people that you'll be surrounded with that will really push you to grow and learn and to question what you're taught. And you'll make lifelong relationships with your classmates and the professors. They're truly so caring and they want you to succeed. So they'll be there to answer any of your questions and really support you throughout the whole process. Next slide. Second are the opportunities that USC offers, I think, are truly unlike any other program in the entire nation. I got to work with two of the renowned hospitals at USC with three professional sports teams, the LA Clippers, LA Galaxy, Anaheim Ducks. Also, I got to work with USC Athletics and then also with the private practice dietitian. And these were all areas of nutrition that I was interested in specifically, but the opportunities are so endless and I know that I would not have had even one of these opportunities probably at any other school. So this is really special and you get to kind of shape what area of nutrition that you want to go into and learn more about and then have those opportunities as long as you communicate what you want, it's pretty much given to you once you're in the program. So that's something that I loved about USC. Next slide. How Adam mentioned, also study abroad was such a special experience. You learn under Dr. Longa, who's a renowned nutrition expert in the field. And not gonna lie, this class was pretty challenging, but it was, you just learn so much. You get to bond with your classmates, and also they have really fun activities. They have a cooking class. I still have the pesto recipe, it's so good. And they also have little trips that you can go to like to Portofino and then explore other areas of Italy. So I just think that this opportunity to study abroad for a month was really special and really cool. Next slide. Adam also mentioned the capstone project. This is an area that you basically get to explore anything that you're interested in. And there's so much freedom to choose any topic that you want. There were like everyone that presented in my cohort was just completely, I don't know, left and right in the nutrition field. And I chose stress and eating behaviors as an example, and I chose to present it this year at the California Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics conference. And as you can see in the third photo as well, two of our classmates ended up winning first place, which I think is a huge testament to the excellence at USC. And this was like in the entire conference. So for the year. So that was also a really proud moment that you get to share and showcase something that you're proud of and that USC supports you in that research as well. Lastly, I've been alluding to this the whole time, but I think USC gives you not only what you need to succeed, but truly to excel in any field of nutrition, of gerontology that you choose to go in. They have all the resources, all the tools, and a huge supportive community, and they walk you through it, especially in this program. If you're thinking about being a dietitian, they really walk you through and take your hand and lead you the right way and make it easier for you to go through that path of being an RD. And I just wanted to share really quick, that picture on the right is a screenshot that I took when I attended this information session 3 years ago. and how special that moment was for me. And just sitting down and learning and listening, I knew that it was calling my name and that USC would be my home. And now it's a time that I get to look back on for years and just how special that time was for me. So I hope that this gives you a glimpse of what your experience could be like at USC potentially, and that I hope to connect with you also if you choose to go this route. Thank you.
Wonderful, Kayla. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you answered the call and decided to join us here on campus. You've definitely been an asset to the school. And thank you so much again for sharing about some of the opportunities that you were able to pursue with us as well. Yeah, next, before we dive into a few questions from the audience, I'm going to quickly go over some of the programs that Dr. Kreitzer, Adam, and Kayla have mentioned. So at our school, we do offer a multitude of different programs, but the four that I'm going to touch on today are our nutrition programs, which are in bold on this screen here. So before I do begin in breaking down the programs themselves, I do like to begin with some of our scholarship opportunities. So we do offer a merit-based scholarship just within our school at Gerontology. We award up to $1 million per year just in our scholarship, but USC does also have its own office of financial aid, which has different scholarships, assistantships, and fellowships that you can apply to as well. Some of our programs are available either fully online or fully on site and can also be pursued either part-time or full-time. As both Adam and Kayla mentioned, we do also have tons of different study abroad and internship as well as research opportunities as well. So to begin, I will actually start with Kayla's program, our Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity. This program is designed to equip professionals with the skills necessary to become registered dietitians. With that being said, it does include a supervised practice, so you get to explore some of the opportunities that you can go into as an RD. We do have some prerequisites for this coursework as well, as alongside 40 hours of shadow experience. So if you have any questions about those prerequisites, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or my fellow admission counselors. We're happy to review any prerequisite templates that you would like. The coursework is also ideal if you have an interest in learning more about the scientific approach to learning about nutrition, health span, and longevity. And again, upon completion of the program, you'll be eligible to take the exam to become a registered dietitian nutritionist. One of our other programs, the program that Adam is in, is our Master of Science in Nutritional Science. This program is a little bit more geared for people who have an interest in becoming certified dietary managers, but as Dr. Kreitzer was saying, you could potentially sit for the exam to become a CDR as well. This program can be done a little quicker. If you do it at full time, it can be completed within 1 year. And this program is available either online or on site. Again, this one is designed for students who either come from a background of being an RD or who have what's called a DPD verification statement and who would like to become an RDN. Our Master of Science in Lifespan Nutrition and Dietetics is designed for people who are interested in addressing more of the global need for people who have a background in nutrition and dietetics. This program can also be done within a year if you pursue it at full time, and we do accept on a rolling basis, so for spring, summer, or fall. There are 4 prerequisites for this program: physiology, microbiology, biochemistry, and basic human nutrition. We are, as admission counselors, are also happy to review the prerequisite template for this coursework as well. This degree is designed again for people who are interested in practicing nutrition and dietetics globally, or for folks who are interested in becoming certified dietary managers. It also is broadly focused on health span, longevity, and wellness as well. Our Master of Arts in Food Service Management is designed for students who want to become certified dietary managers with the intention of working more so in food service or food safety. There are no prerequisites for this coursework, and it does have a similar timeline. So if you pursue it at full time, you can finish it within a year. So as I was mentioning, it would be ideal if you have an interest in working more so in food service, but it is geared towards creating leaders who are interested in becoming CDMs as well. So for any of our master's level programs, I've gone ahead and listed the application documents necessary to be able to apply for the programs: our general online application, resume, statement of interest, 2 letters of recommendation, and your official transcripts. And for our international applications, you would just need to submit the English proficiency exams. We have them listed on the left side of the screen here. So we will accept any of those test scores, as well as financial documents, as well as passport copies and more country-specific documents or requirements as well. So when do you need to apply? So for most of our master's level programs, we will accept on a rolling basis. However, for the Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity, we do have a hard deadline of January 15th. We are also going to be transitioning towards the DICAS system, so the Dietetics Inclusive Centralized Application Service. So if you have any questions of that, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or one of my fellow admission counselors. We're happy to answer any questions you may have. Speaking of my fellow admission counselors, here is our team. So myself, Jasmine Dizon, my colleague Jake Maish, as well as Angela Estrada and my colleague Steven Stump. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us directly there. Or if you'd like to stay connected, please feel free to scan the QR code here, and that will take you to a landing page where you can fill out a little bit more information about yourself, and one of us will reach out to you. So now I would actually love to dive into a few questions from the audience. So if you have any questions for our panelists, please don't hesitate to fill out one of the Q&A questions at the bottom of the screen. But while we wait for those to roll in, I do have a couple of questions for our panelists while we wait. So I'd actually like to begin with Kayla. So Kayla, looking back at your time with us as a student, can you offer any advice for people who are interested in turning their kind of interest in food or health into a career path?
I would say get experience in the field, especially, reach out to dietitians or if you want to be a CDM, like try to work in that field and really learn from people who have already been through that path. I think that's the best way to learn and see if that's something that you would want to do potentially.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And then is there a specific moment where you felt that the program that you were in, the Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity, has played a role in more of a career instance, so something within your job?
100%. I think I was interested in private practice and sports when I first joined the program, and I expressed those interests. And then I got my first internship at LA Galaxy, which it was just the most amazing experience that I had had. But then I got LA Clippers, I got Anaheim Ducks, I got to work with another private practice dietitian. So like that shaped my career path completely into showing me that it is something that I thought I was interested in, but now I found out that it's where I want to continue to work in, where I'm trying to, get my first job in, and that's all thanks to this program.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kayla. So it looks like we've got a question from the audience, and this one I will actually direct to Dr. Kreitzer. So which program or programs prepare students to sit for both the RDN and CDM exams?
Oh, that's a great question. For some, kind of the RDN trumps the CDM. So if you went through the program that Kayla went through, the Masters of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, Longevity, and you sit for the RD exam and pass that exam, become a registered dietitian, you could do any of the same jobs that a CDM could do. Whereas the CDM, you don't have to go the registered dietitian route to do a lot related to food and nutrition with that CDM credential.
Okay.
And can I just make one comment? And I heard it from Adam and Kayla, and I know both of these individuals. I have been in the Leonard Davis School for, I think, maybe around 12 years. And what I have noticed with students is for students that seek out opportunities, Adam didn't talk about the BodyWorks program, but it's a program that I do every Wednesday night with kids and teens. And I always look for volunteers, and I'm happy to take students. And Adam said, I want to sign up. And I think he's been coming for almost 2 years now, a year and a half. And same with Kayla. Kayla has taken every opportunity that we were looking for a student to do this or to do that. And Kayla's hand was up. And getting those experiences, we don't make you do those things, we don't require it, but you're going to become more knowledgeable about what's possible with just embracing your time at USC and taking advantage of all those opportunities that are out there. So,
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate hearing that. I'm sure our audience does as well. So it looks like we have another question. So this one I'll also relay back to you, Dr. Kreitzer. So
yeah.
curious about the Master of Science in Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity. What are the required courses for those who have a BA in an unrelated field?
So there are quite a few prerequisites. Um, and I don't know, I think Kayla, what was your undergrad degree in?
I did DPD, so I
Oh,
had
you
all.
did a DPD. So you had the prereqs that were required. I would say half of all of our students do not have a degree in nutrition dietetics or even in a science field and are taking all the prereqs. It's chemistry, it's biology, it's physiology, basic nutrition, food service or food science. Um, it may feel overwhelming, the number of prereqs, but the reason you're doing that is we have a 2-year intense program for Kayla with doing a dietetics undergrad program. She had 4 years to do all the prereqs and nutrition. Our program, it's only less than 2 years. So you need to come in with that knowledge in order to be ready to start the program.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. So Adam, I know you've been quiet for a little bit here, so I wanted to loop you back in. So in studying the program, what has been the most surprising thing that you've learned about nutrition and aging?
Great question, Jasmine. I think it ties into not only nutrition, you're not going to learn, but you're going to learn how the whole body operates. So, how chronic disease, how type 2 diabetes, how everything is really related to through nutrition, and how the aging field is looking to go from chronic disease, they're really calling it lifestyle diseases now. So, how do you just take what basic nutrition is, and how does it relate to chronic kidney disease? How does it relate to nephropathy? How does it relate to stroke? So to me, it's been fascinating to learn that hey, I thought I was coming in to learn what 2,000 calories a day means, but really it's how do we take the human body and learn from it and bring it all together? And it's been an amazing experience. And I'm actually in a class right now I stepped away from called chronic disease that's focused on cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So you just having those opportunities has been amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you, Adam. Well, we don't want to keep you from class too much longer. But to wrap up, one of the things that I think of as a part of a tradition, as part of our webinar series, is we always like to ask our panelists, what is the one thing that you've learned with us at the school or one memory that you have of us at the school that you'll carry on with you for the rest of your days? And if you can start with that, Adam, then we can definitely move on to both Carrie and Kayla.
Absolutely, Jasmine. My memory is going to be working on a research project with Dr. Kreitzer and others on the team. And for anyone that's been on a research project, it is a very um, uh, intimate setting that you get to work and you get to learn, and not only from your classmates and the people in the research, but actually the participants. It really just opens up your heart, and you get to learn a whole bunch. So I'll never forget that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Adam. And Kayla, how about you?
There's so many memories. It's really hard to choose for me. I think one that steps out more recently, and I know I've been talking about sports a lot, and that's what I'm passionate about, but it was the opportunity to be the first intern at LA Clippers and really pave the way and try to do my best to just show USC in a great light so that future students get that opportunity and it becomes a relationship that more people get to experience working so closely with like professional athletes and being working under such an amazing dietitian mentor as a preceptor. So that was very special.
Awesome. Thank you, Kayla. And what about for you, Dr. Kreitzer? Oh, you're still muted.
Yeah. I have to say, getting to know students, and for those that are watching, I did not pick who was on this panel. I was pleased to see Kayla and to see Adam, and I really, really feel so good in seeing what students have accomplished and seeing them grow. And graduation is a really emotional time for me, to let people go because you get so close to students. You want to just continue working with them for years to come, but you have to let go. And it is the one thing about the Leonard Davis School that I really appreciate. I've taught elsewhere in the field of nutrition, and I really appreciate the small class size and being able to get to know students. And as Kayla has said, we really do try hard to tailor internship opportunities for those, research opportunities like Adam has had, to what people's skills and interests are. So I think my biggest memory is just seeing the students graduate and hearing back with all the wonderful things they're doing with their career. You showed the slide of Whitney, who was in one of the slides, and she was one of our grads a number of years back. And she had a degree in communications. And as you mentioned, Kayla, kind of going full circle, Whitney was thinking that she wanted to become a dietitian, having a degree in journalism and communications. She wanted to be a clinical dietitian in a hospital. And by the time she finished the program, she had the clinical experience. She decided she wanted to go back to communications. She's written 2 books. And does a lot of media and other public facing work. And so you just never know. If you take the opportunities that are available to you, you may be surprised where you end up in the end. And I think Adam said that he never imagined that he would end up where he is. So
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. And I'm so glad to hear you all touched on the community aspect. Since we are a smaller school and USC's larger campus, I do think it's such a point that we make it a really huge emphasis to connect our students with not only their peers, but their faculty. So I'm glad to hear you all mention that as well. So thank you all for joining us today. If anybody has any further questions, again, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, my fellow admission counselors, any of our panelists, as they've all offered so wonderfully. And so again, thank you all for your time as well, and we hope to see you at our next session. Thank you.
bye.
Bye, everybody.